Welcome once more to Final Fantasy XIV, where we want to continue the quests for Hildibrandt. Now I have a little problem because I have lost the, I think it's episode 4 that would be, where we confronted Gilgamesh about his thieving duelist thing, and then find out that the thief who wanted to steal the treaty blade from that woman in there was in fact not him, but someone else, and that someone else gave a phantom thief-like hint. So, Ellie, the business of betrothal. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating on my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Guguremu, a prominent member of the XIV trading company. Her eyes and hair, a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all of this is about to change. Rumor has it the girl is to be wed. Not just to anyone, mind. To the heir of a Bruguer consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast to be jointly hosted with the two families' businesses. The venue is Costa Del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa Del Sol overseeing preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. So to Costa Del Sol we go. Now the missing episode, I will New Game Plus it once I have unlocked New Game Plus for Hildibrandt, and that means I have to finish all the A Realm Reborn quests, and A Realm Reborn Hildibrandt is a bit longer. Mrs. Master Guguremu of the XIV Trading Company and father of a bride. Let's see what he can tell us. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. We might have just a moment of... Ah yes, a true guild sensationalist rack. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter's in danger, I assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. The brass blades of Gebara, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsman in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Briardian, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I've promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renegade on my word would have dire implications for the family trait. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and will cost you not a whit of your precious skill. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But to tell Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and is painfully obvious. That of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. That tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with her treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Venice, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would be his father, Morgant. Yalto Nolto and his wife, Sainana, the guest of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, you have Levenhardt, a steward of Guguremu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled at Costa Del Sol. Doubtless a phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of action. We begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrandt Mandeville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure's all mine, contriving Inspector Briardian. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. You're not friends? I, Hildibrandt, agent of enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a mandible man can. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector. I realize that we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let's put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. But I know this may be asking too much. Do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa Del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. This is outside Costa del Sol? You've come, excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to the more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? And I just got my name, yeah? What might I call you? Desiree. An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Desiree. You were there when a phantom thief in the guise of Lady Dwilda stole off with a Tweety Blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The identical appearance. The obvious answer, and yet all too many, a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue that hit him upside the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough inspection of a mask left behind the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. Clearly our man is no ordinary thief. Magic's far outside the grasp of common folk at his disposal. This in itself gives us insight into his identity and his ways. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. From movement to mannerism, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dwilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample power of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, but not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for a banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Desiree. If you were a thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass plate. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few in words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducting as much, I made a point to question brass plates in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Quite a bit off. Excellent. You are one of less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now tell me all you can remember about what happened to you and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol. Had a briefing of sorts. Master Guru gave us each our orders, who would be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearing. Next thing I knew, I felt a whack on the back of my head. And I came to, I was here, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Guru. Who was to be your charge? My memory says it, but it was Morgan, father of a groom. The other was a Lalafell gent from Limsa. Yelto Nolto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also a steward, Levenhart. I was to review with him the schedule of events. Discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgan, Yalto, and Levenhardt. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. I shall send this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes. After which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue this investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Alright. So, Inspector Hildibrandt, what are you up to? Inspector Briardian seems to have taken a liking to you. Should be proud. As you can see by his treatment of someone we know, the man doesn't suffer fools lightly. Ah, there you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briardian's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgan, Yaltonolto, and the steward Levenhardt, you say. This does not surprise me, as I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrandt, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. If not, friend, the Inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip a mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue with your arm. The lucky father of a groom-to-be, of a fiend who would sully the maiden's virtue. In the manner of moments, all shall be revealed. All I have done to raise Arabella to a beautiful young woman has been in anticipation of this day. I have never been more proud to call myself a father. I'm Vannes, heir to the chairmanship of a Bruguiere consortium. And who exactly are you again? I'm sorry, I just realized I don't particularly care. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of a tongue could put our case and our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready a quill, that you might record every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from mandible man of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers less when you're blathering. Just catch a thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector, I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital. This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now, behold us ensnare our prey with a web of words, leading to his inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Guremu, and a fine evening it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What's this nonsense? Arabella's my daughter, you... Just who the seven hells are you anyway? Guards! Guards! No, hold your chocobos, Guguremu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildibrandt, agent of inquiry and an inspector extraordinaire. Come to save a lovely lass from the clutches of a phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Aye, Vannes? The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. But said my betrothed must be quite a beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she is worthy of me after all. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's damn sight easier on the eye than you. That's me, Vannes. Ever come in face of danger. Truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Bruguiere consortium and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families, or family, I should say. Which reminds me, Master Vannes, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp we sent some moons ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket, it was nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we have it. The time-honored Mandeville art of parley. We'd be sleeping with the fishes now, had Morgan not spoke up on your behalf. That said nothing about the interaction between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Let's not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I thought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yaltonolto and Levenhardt, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Renting out Master Gegarujo's private property would be almost unthinkable for most folk, but guild talks, and neither the Bouquet Consortium nor the East Islander Trading Company are in any danger of running their coffers dry. Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting Miss Arabella. They say many a song is sung of her beauty. Mind you, there was a song or two sung of me in my day. Yaltonolto and Levenhardt, one of the two wears a mask, but which? With a few words, all will be revealed. I've not seen your face around here. With the East Islander Trading Company, I am. Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Islander Trading Company. Oh, pleased to meet you. Do tell. Is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Saitana is no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years, so, no offense intended, my dear. But where are my manners? Yaltonolto of a Bouquet Consortium, and with me wife, Sainana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all manner of fell beings and beastmen taking aim at our wares? Why, just the other day a shipment of imported foodstuff was waylaid by the mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of... You have heard of the mandragoras, haven't you? But of course, I once spent a year owning body and mind with Fist of Valga. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra watsits a day. And your food stores were regularly raided by a ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the mythful eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor is that they'll not rest until every fruit and vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady, I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sanana. Forgive me, wife. She always saying how meat is bad for her figure, and with that, I'd best go prepare my speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy. None of these three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have a last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nachu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure but captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But there's no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardian will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Levenhardt spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider him a minor prime suspect. Inspector Riordan may be back before long. Come, Nacho, there's no time to dally. Got food, got drinks, and got tines. But today's announcement will send even more gift flowing into our coffers only makes the wine taste all sweeter. Look at this. Now there's water, now there isn't. Now there's water. Now there isn't. Now there's water. Some of these coconuts don't look like coconuts. No. These crates must contain the foodstuff of which Master Levenhardt spoke. At a glance they do not appear particularly suspicious, but our investigation must not be deterred. Crates of assorted foodstuff and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Levenhardt spoke. Huh? Ye gods! Was there explosive spice concealed among these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke to in haste. It would appear that we have found our friend and thief after all. Oh, was I mine, Inspector? I was looking for a place to set them down, you see? And those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies. But what in the name of the 12th would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, we were so helpful in jogging your memory of it one time. I just thought, does this mean we won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now set the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Riordan is otherwise occupied at the moment. Let you chance upon the scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Riordan explode fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned in the absolute worst possible time. You two are supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspect and staying out of trouble. Yes, the inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Riordan come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. This I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of a speech. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick finger, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Riordan has been let safely from the scene. Investigation calls us and we must heed his cry. This can only end in disaster, right? How could it not? All we have to do is lure him away from these crates. That shouldn't be too difficult, right? A burst of inspiration. So Hildibrandt has managed thus far to not destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Indeed, but enough about Hildibrandt. Desiree and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. You should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah yes, that spot over there by the crates should suffice. There of all places, but surely you could find somewhere more scenic? I'm not here on vacation, I'm here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. But junk like that beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hell, don't worry this way. I figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. I think the tide is rising. Really should move to higher ground. It's just me, or there's a bit of chill in me. Perhaps we should go someplace warm? Yes. I, for one, welcome the respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of a brass plate attacked by our quarry, I've identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. With Morgant, Yaltinolto, and Levenhardt. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over. Are the 2 of you listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I too feel a chill wind blowing in. Maybe we should continue our conversation elsewhere? But there's no need. Wait here and I shall build us a fire. Haha, methinks the Inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling in these barren shores is infinitesimal. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. As a fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person. I don't know. There's no cause for alarm. It is not blood that courses through the Inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to release his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Ah, it's flying! What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Apologies. Would this be another challenge from a fiend? Surely the Jest Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual card, see? That was just the idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope, he of many faces will love last. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone which shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there is no doubt as to the sender. But what is its talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. Final page? Confounding Inspector Riordan will meet a fiery demise. Ah! It's Hildibrandt, this will not work. But Nashu is about to sneeze. You suffer with suits, but how? Let's just call it a reporter situation. Are you hurt? Ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for wear. You have my gratitude. Hildibrandt Mandeville. Are you able to learn aught of a fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance. Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods? Tart's teeth. Those vegetables cost a fortune. And they're ruined. Agent of enquiry? More like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins. Or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail. Ah. Pretty sure I lost his voice somewhere along the line, but oh well. I would ask how he survived the explosion at point blank, but something tells me that's one more mystery better left unsolved. Thanks to our quick thinking, the bombs are no more and the inspector is none the wiser. It's a shame to see good food go to waste though. Those coconuts look positively luscious. Is this a fish? I'm getting hungry. Clearly, Orpheus has decided my prodigious intellect presents the greatest threat to his schemes. Perhaps he's a more clever man than I thought. Alright. Good, but I think I end the episode here, and we continue this next time. Until then, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.